Wassalam.
Hey, fatally, bull Saturn to knee. They could call us boring or whatever, it don't bother me. Kanabula molu noma, kanabula molu noma, molu mambetea. Mfuruyo, kanabula molu noma, kanabula molu noma, molu mambetea. You know these guys, when they putting on disguise, they could act to be the coolest, don't be foolish, only lies. What you need, you fan what they wanna do to you. Definitely go cannon, a cannon, walk go fanning, a fanning. They ain't real, they pretend, started fake, yo. How could they be real?
Hello and welcome to another edition of the Fatu Show. It is always very nice to welcome you on this program. We had our anniversary. It was a huge success. I would like to say thank you very much to Gambia. And of course, thank you to His Excellency the President of the Republic for making the program a success. We're starting a whole new season of the Fatu Show, and this time we are cutting the audience out. And we will do more of one-on-one interviews, and this is the first one I'm getting. And the most special thing today is it is my birthday, Tuesday the 18th of September 2012, and it's also very important. The best birthday present I had today is that I'm interviewing Reverend Jesse Jackson. I am very happy and very excited to have him on the show. Welcome.
Happy birthday. I wish I could sing.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you're visiting the Gambia. First, when I saw this on the Facebook and on the social networking sites that you were coming to Gambia, I was like, is it true?
Well, Gambia has such great meaning for North Americans, in part because so many of us trace our roots to the Gambia. Indeed, Alex Haley's epic novel was about the Gambian North American connection. And so many Gambians are in North America, in the universities, lawyers and doctors and such brilliant Gambians are in the U.S. who connect back and forth. So to come to Gambia in many ways is coming home. Also, in terms of independence, Ghana got it, and the Gambia got its independence February 18th, 1965. African Americans got the right to vote August 6th, 1965. So we've kind of grown together in our struggles for independence, and now to be in the country where I'm the president of America, you have a 10% GNP, one of the highest in the world. So as you are rising in the Gambia and President Barack Obama and America rising as a kind of shared growth at this stage of our development.
Okay. And you are a human rights activist and also head of the Rainbow Push Coalition. What more can you tell us about yourself?
Well, in 1984, I ran for the presidency to expand the base of activism to include people of color and women and young people, that we might see America through a door, not a keyhole. That there might be a one big tent, everybody in and nobody out. The parties have become too limited, kind of like one party with two names. And we expanded the proposition. And because we ran, we changed the consciousness as to what was possible. I remember talking with President Barack Obama one time. We saw one of the debates in New York when he was a student at Columbia. And he saw the debates and said, this is possible. The part of our running was to say that this idea of becoming a president was possible. And so in 2008, we ran again. That time we lowered the threshold for who could be a delegate and got something called proportionality, where you get delegates based on your proportion of votes, not just winner take all. And following that idea, in 2008, Hillary Clinton won by a small margin California and Texas, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. She would have been the winner under the old rules, but we democratized democracy. And each time he lost, he won because he kept gaining delegates. So now we've been blessed to see our right to vote in 1965 allow for this awesome leadership of President Barack Obama. Now we have a more inclusive democracy in America.
And you have decided to visit the Gambia. Like when we had a conversation before we started interviewing, you said you've been to Gambia before. And this time around, what motivated you to visit, to come to the Gambia?
Well, first of all, James Gomez was from the Gambia, from Banjul.
James works for you?
James Gomez, he does. Whose uncle was once the mayor of Banjul. Deep Gambian roots. Always wanted to come back home. And this time around, we've been watching the Gambia's growth, health growth and economic growth. But the idea of mass executions, the 9 people were executed who had broken the Gambian laws, but there were 37 more to go. We knew that the impact of 37 people being executed at the rifle range would be disastrous for this country. And there were some Americans who are imprisoned for breaking those laws. And the president, we urge him to use his extraordinary power on humanitarian grounds, aid to spare those who were slated to be executed with a moratorium on the killing, which he has extended indefinitely, to let these 2 Americans go home, to pardon them. After wrestling with the idea over and over again with his minister of justice, he decided on his grace, on his generosity, on his vision, to lift to extend the moratorium. So lives that were once scheduled to die are now scheduled to live.
Yes.
2 men scheduled to remain in jail are now going home. So it's a good news story out of the Gambia. It seemed like human rights on the rise. All the nations of Europe and America who were pulling for, praying for him not to execute those people, now can rejoice because the Gambia has taken a leadership role in human rights and social justice. That's a good thing. And we feel good about that. So we leave here going back to the States, able to tell the story about Gambia's real agenda, because what's not dealt with in the States, Gambia has this economic development along the ocean front. That's a good news story, this laws. Are your health care system free for all, free medicine and the like, and free treatment? That story is lost. The attempt to build the infrastructure of the judicial system is lost. We went to the university a while here, and to see Gambians come back home to teach in the university. These great stories are being lost in the mix, because if the focus is on the capital punishment, focused on long jail terms, it undermines the message coming out of the Gambians. So I'm delighted
Well, it is a good thing that you know you were able to achieve all of this during